Okay, we're going to flip it off quietly. We will stand, lift our chest, and flip it off quietly to the surface. So I have some questions for you. How is the door fiddle making sound? And you can think about it for a few seconds. How is the door fiddle making sound? How is the door fiddle making sound?
With the vibration.
Well, it's making sound because it's making sound from the string, because when you flick the string with your finger, the vibration, it goes like boom, and other sounds at the bottom.
And then when you flip the string on like the wood, when you put it on the wood and when you flank it, it makes some noise.
Yeah, because when you put the wood in the front of the door and the string is inside of it, like over it, you could flick this string and it'll make sounds. It's like a guitar.
No, so right, I think it's because like it always has like something tight. Like if you have like something and it makes it like tight or something like that, I can't really describe it. So, like if you make it tight, and then you can make the sound. But I can't really describe it.
Okay, any other thoughts? Anyone want to?
The bottom is like higher, and like the sound is higher, but the top is like lower, because I think it's like the opposite of like a piano, and the little wood thingy, it's holding it up, then we can like flick it and it like makes the noises. But if you don't put the wood thing on in the middle, it won't make any noise because it's not tight enough.
Share something?
We was standing over there. We was usually people would do it kind of hard, and then when we noticed that the softer you did it, you hold the string, the softer the sound would be, and it was on the bottom too. And the harder you pulled it, the kind of louder it gets.
Well, that's the next question I'm going to ask you. Let right into it. What did you hear when you played the fiddle? What did you hear? Mary just spoke about what she heard, the softer, the louder. Anyone wants to add on that? What did you hear when you played the fiddle?
We heard like piano sounds.
It kind of sounded like a guitar.
I heard a sound of a violin.
So a sound of a violin, a sound of a piano, a sound of a guitar. Anything
A sound
else?
of a drum.
Drum. So
You can hear higher and lower pitches.
okay. You said you heard different kinds of sounds. You talked about some instruments that you have heard before that it sounded like, and you heard different pitches. Someone spoke about different pitches. What do you think is making all the different sounds? What do you think is making?
I think the wood.
Or making a sound?
I think the wood, because when you hit something, it makes different noises.
I think it's the wood too, because like when you put the wood in the middle of the string, and the wood's not really doing something, but I think the wood's making the string have a sound.
Okay, let's hear from some of what we haven't heard from.
I think it's the wood, because like if the string's by itself, it don't really make like the noise.
Anyone else we haven't heard from?
Yeah.
Angel.
Excuse me?
I agree with Angel, because if you have a normal string, then if you try and make a sound with it, it only makes, it doesn't make any noises. It's just, part of it just, when you pull it, then it just goes back and doesn't make any sound.
Yeah, I agree with Karan, like what he said about Angel, because if it has a normal string and it's not tight enough, you just could pull it and it will just go right back. It won't like make no sound. But when you put the wood between it, one over it, it will make a lot of sound because it's making it a lot tighter, like a guitar.
I think it's a wood because the wood's in the middle. If the string was by itself, it wouldn't make sound, but the wood's tightened so it can make different sounds.
Okay, someone we haven't heard from? What are your thoughts? Everyone got a chance to hear the different sounds?
Yes. I think the wood, because if you have the wood, then it'll be wider and then make sound.
So you're saying if the wider the wood is, you hear a different sound, or?
Like if you have the wood, then it'll make more sound.
Okay.
When your string is more shorter, it becomes more louder than the one that's loose.
Yeah, I agree with Humberto because when the string is a lot tight enough, like tighter, you could just pull it up and it'll make a lot of noise because it's tight. But if it's loose, it won't make a lot of sound. It will just go back. Yeah, I'll agree with Zeta.
What makes the sound louder or softer? Because someone, I think Zeta spoke about making the string tight and what happens at the bottom. And I want to hear from some of you that I haven't heard from. What makes the sound louder or softer? So those of you who got a chance to share, let's give the other classmates a chance to share, since they had a chance to listen to it and make those sounds this morning. What makes the sound louder or softer?
The more tighter the string is, it's the louder, but the more loose, it wouldn't be as loud as the tightest.
Oscar, what do you think? Do you agree with Humberto, Oscar? What do you agree with?
I agree. If it's tight, it makes the string louder.
You will have your discussions among yourselves in your group only, if it's 4 of you or 4 of you, and when we're finished, we'll come back to the circle and talk about what we have found out about sound. Okay, today you're going to be using an activity sheet with this experiment. One person, you know what we practice, just leave there so you can focus and pay attention. I'll wait. Okay, be careful, the water. We have directions, you have your materials. You can choose one person to read the directions. No one must do anything. Remember what we practiced, to read directions first. Before we begin to do anything, make sure everyone is clear on what has to be done. Miss K is going to come around and bring the pencils for you. And if you have your pencil in your desk,